So my coffee today did not turn out the way it normally did. It is somehow both more watery and more bitter than I like. And I don't know how that happened. And it makes me really sad. Hey everyone, it's Emily here, and today I am bringing you my November TBR list. So I am doing NaNoWriMo, which I think most of you know. So I really want to try and scale back my TBR and try and take it easy with reading, because writing my novel is going to be the first priority. But there are some books I do want to read. I am trying to make my way through Side Jobs by Jim Butcher. This is a set of short stories from the Dresden Files series, and while I eagerly wait for my library to have a ghost story available, I've been reading this. And also, I will be finishing The Diviners this month. I promise I will finish The Diviners this month. I hope. And then, of course, top priority will also be going toward Ghost Story by Jim Butcher, because if you saw my last video, my wrap-up, you know that I have to read Ghost Story by Jim Butcher. And then later this month, Winter by Marissa Meyer comes out, and I'm so excited for it. It is the final book in the Lunar Chronicles series, and I love the Lunar Chronicles series, and I am so excited for this book, and it's gonna be awesome. So, since I was so disappointed in Queen of Shadows, this has been my new anticipated book of the year. So, Winter. Yeah, I don't need to say anything. You know Winter, you know. I also would really like to read Binge by Tyler Oakley. I finally got a copy because it had gotten lost in the mail, and then I called the place that I ordered it from, and they gave me a refund, and then I went to the store and I bought it. And so I would really like to get to Binge this month too. I also really want to reread the Hunger Games trilogy, because obviously Mockingjay Part 2 comes out this month, and I love Hunger Games so much, and I want to reread the trilogy before the movie, but I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do have the books. Maybe I'll just reread Mockingjay, I don't know, but in an ideal world, this would all be reread. So those are the books that I ultimately have a goal of reading, and it seems like so many more books than I probably can finish this month, but I have a whole stack of books that I want to read, either this month or next month or sometime by the end of the year, but the pile is so big and I really don't know if I'm going to be able to finish them all. So I'm going to show you all the books that I really want to read this month, have like on standby in case I have time, or read them next month so I can have them done by the end of the year. But I really can't pick and choose which ones that I really absolutely have to tackle. So tell me in the comments which of the books I'm about to show you should be some of my top priorities. So I would really like to read Followed by Frost by Charlie N. Holmberg. This book came out, I believe, in September, and she wrote the Paper Magician trilogy, which has been one of my favorites this year. So when I knew she was coming out with the new book, I had it pre-ordered and downloaded to my iPad immediately, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet, and I really would like to get to this book. The next one is Outlander, because I am behind the times, and I have not read this book yet, and so many people said it's good, and I want to read it. And there's A Study in Silks by Emma Jane Holloway. For the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge 2015, one of the challenges is to read a book with someone with the same initials as you, and Emma Holloway is same initials as me, and this is a science fiction steampunky book, which is about the niece of Sherlock Holmes, and it looks really cute. And Shipbreaker by Paolo Bacigalupi? Someone please tell me how to say his name! But I saw Paolo at NerdCon, and he was fantastic. So of course when I was at NerdCon, I picked up one of his books, and I want to read this book really bad. Or there's The Outlaw Night by Elizabeth Chadwick. Elizabeth Chadwick is one of my all-time favorite historical fiction writers, and this book has been sitting on my shelf for probably like a year, and I haven't gotten to it yet. And Dumplin by Julie Murphy. I got this book in my owl crate a month or two ago, and I still haven't had a chance to read it. A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis. And I want to read this book so bad because it looks awesome, and I was so excited when it came in my Owl Crate. But my hang-up is that part of my novel that I'm writing for NaNoWriMo is going to be dealing with a psychiatric ward, and this has to do with, like, insane asylums. So even though this is in the past and it's a very different feel than my novel will be, I still am nervous because I don't want to be stealing ideas, but I really, really want to read it. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I know. I'm behind the times. Everyone has read this book and they loved it, and I finally got a copy of it, but I haven't read it yet. Although I did get this in audiobook, so it's a possibility I could be listening to this in the car this month. And finally, The Rest of Us Just Lived Here by Patrick Ness. I wasn't really going to read this book originally, but then I saw that this was the last signed edition at Target, and I was like, why not? And actually the premise of it looks really good, with the idea of this is about not the chosen one, and it's about everybody else, and that seemed really cool. So that is my really long list of books that I want to read, but I can't pick which ones to go for first. So tell me below in the comments which books I should have on standby in case I have time to read them this month, or that I absolutely should finish by the end of this year. So let me know what you're reading in November. If you're doing NaNoWriMo, good luck. I'm doing updates on my NaNoWriMo progress every Monday, and I will see you later. Bye.